Are you ready to take your crafting to the next level? If you're like us, you have loads of ideas and just not enough time to make everything. Well, that's about to change. We're very excited to be partnering with Cricut to introduce the next level of crafting with the new Cricut Venture.
Hi Cricut Crafters, we're Jane and Sonia from Sustain My Craft Habit. Cricut sent us their latest product, their new large format cutting machine to try out and give our honest opinions.
I love her.
Like other Cricut machines, the Cricut Venture is a precision cutting machine, but it's designed with bigger and faster in mind. The cuts are significantly faster, and with a 24-inch bed, you can cut and draw larger scale projects in both size and volume.
The Cricut Venture is ideal for current Cricut owners who are familiar with the cutting machines but want to either replace all of their machines with just one or want to be able to create large format projects, things like wall decals, and
Huge paper
flowers, or even be able to batch a bunch of their craftings, like
making a bunch of cards for Christmas or stickers.
Those are perfect because you can create a whole bunch of projects.
In this video, we're going to unbox the new Cricut Venture and show you everything that came with it. We'll look at some of the accessories that you can also get with the Cricut Venture. We'll set it up, do a few simple projects, and then share our honest opinions, what we like about it, and some of the things that maybe not so much. So let's get started.
The Cricut Venture came really well packaged and pretty much completely assembled inside the box.
Dun, 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 dun. Wow.
It is quite heavy, so you may want to bring a friend along to unpack it. In the box, we found the machine itself all wrapped up, an accessories box, a sample roll of white and black removable smart vinyl, and an extension arm for use with the cutting mats. In the accessories box were cables, roll supports, cutoff tool, cleaning tools because there is some maintenance with this machine unlike other Cricut machines, setup instructions, warranty, and a free trial subscription for Cricut Design Space for new subscribers. Mounted into the machine was a performance fine point blade. Cricut also sent a variety of smart materials specifically designed for the Cricut Venture, including sticker cardstock, various sized rolls of holographic iron-on, glitter iron-on, permanent and removable adhesive vinyl, smart stencil, transfer tape, and colorful vinyl, including one that perfectly matched Sonia's shirt. There were also markers. These are the thickest ones they've ever made, 24 by 24 inch colored cardstock sheets, and new cutting mats designed specifically to withstand the speed and forces of the Cricut Venture. Not only are there so many different types of smart materials available specifically for the Venture, but they come in a variety of sized rolls, including 5, 12, 21, and even 75 feet. Later in this video, we'll also show you the optional but highly recommended docking station for the Cricut Venture.
Once we'd unpacked all of the materials, we couldn't wait to get started.
We started by heading to cricut.com/setup and simply followed the instructions on the screen. We first selected cutting machine and then were prompted to download or log in to Cricut Design Space. Once logged in, we again selected Smart Cutting Machine and then Cricut Venture from the options. We had to pick which connection we were using, USB or Bluetooth. We selected USB and continue, and then waited for the software to update. When asked whether we wanted to make the sample project, we said yes and followed the step-by-step instructions. We were prompted to adjust the guides, raise the lever, and feed in the vinyl. We then lowered the lever and pressed the start button on the machine, and it cut. It was so fast, you can see the speed in real time. You'll want to note that the setup for the Cricut Venture can only be done via a desktop computer and not mobile.
I know.
Looks like actual speed. Within a few minutes, this cute decal had been cut out.
Once we did the first sample project, we decided to go bigger and make this large wall decal for my craft room.
One of the great things about the Cricut Venture is that we simply use the Cricut Design Space app that we're already familiar with. We pulled 2 images from the Design Space gallery, a mountain and this aim higher, dream bigger phrase. We sized the phrase to the widest that Venture would allow, 24 inches. We then simply followed the same steps we had for the sample project. Raised the lever, loaded the vinyl, lowered the lever, pressed load, and then start. This decal cut so quickly and precisely, and it was cool to see the roll supports in action. Although we're showing you these projects with the adhesive vinyl, the Cricut Venture cuts hundreds of different materials, including iron-on or HDV vinyl, cardstock, infusible ink sheets, leather, poster board, bonded fabric, and more. Basically anything that you could cut with the Explore line of machines. However, it doesn't cut some of the materials that the Cricut Maker 3 does, such as basswood and unbonded fabric, as there isn't a compatible rotary blade at this time.
We'll be making loads more projects with the Cricut Venture in the next coming months, so be sure to subscribe and click on the notifications bell so that you don't miss them.
Now it was time to weed the designs. I find weeding super satisfying, whereas Sonia, not so much. Which camp do you fall into? I must say there are unique challenges to weeding such a large design. Definitely have some scissors on hand to release the excess vinyl as you weed. We were a bit worried about how the transfer would go with such big design, but it was absolutely flawless. I think this was the first time we didn't struggle with the transfer tape. Sonia just cut a large sheet from the 24-inch wide roll and placed it over the design. Then, rather than peeling off the whole backer at once, we only peeled off a little section, placed it over the decal, and then peeled off the rest of the backer. Sonia then used the scraper tool to press the transfer sheet onto the decal, flipped the whole thing over, and peeled away the backer sheet. Success! The final step then was to transfer the decal to the wall. We used a level to trace a line where the decal should go. Then we positioned the whole thing in place and peeled off the transfer tape. Success again! We repeated these steps with the mountain, reusing the same piece of transfer tape. In no time, we had this beautiful and uplifting large custom decal on Sonia's craft room wall. We did mention that we would show you the optional docking station for the Cricut Venture. As you can see, we were able to use the Venture without the docking station. You just need to make sure you have a very sturdy table that can hold a lot of weight on the edge. However, the docking station's pretty awesome. It's designed so that you can use the machine in a compact manner. It also has other features such as built-in roll supports, storage hooks, and static dissipative catch baskets so dust doesn't stick to your designs. The docking station also has wheels so that you can move it around if needed.
Okay, Sonia, so how much does the new Cricut Venture cost?
The cost for the Cricut Venture is $9.99 US, and the cost for the docking station is $3.49. There are also bundles available where you can buy both things together for less, so be sure to check those out. We'll be sure to update the link in the description below and then also include any other deals that we find.
What are your first impressions of the new Cricut Venture?
Okay, well, I love these 3 things. First of all, that it was really easy to set up, and I think especially because it's so similar to the other cutting machines, there was really no learning curve. It was very simple setup, and we were able to make our first project in no time. Also, I was amazed at how fast it is. So everyone said it's super fast, but really until you see it, you kind of can't even believe it. You really do notice the quality of the attention that went into building the machine, the materials, and the stand. It really gives the impression that it's going to last long and be durable over time. And yes, one more thing that is perfect, I think, for us as business owners is that I can see how it's going to really amplify our business. We'll be able to create a lot more projects in less time and make big batches of projects that we wouldn't really be able to do otherwise. Yeah. So I think that's really kind of a game changer for us, and we're excited to see where that can go.
I'm already picturing like a big Sustain My Craft Habit banner
Go big.
Go big. Maybe we can like fly it out of a helicopter or something. Okay, that's great. So are there any limitations or things that we should keep in mind about it?
Yeah, for sure. There's a few things. So you should consider when you're using the smart materials that there is a 3.5-inch lead when you're first cutting. So that does tend to be a little bit more waste, although you can also use those scraps for other projects. Another thing is because of the lead and the size of the materials, if I was doing maybe just a one-off card
Or a small decal?
Yeah, a small decal or there's like small project, I'd probably be more inclined to pull out my Cricut Joy or my Maker. That also being said, this is customizable, so you could adjust the settings and use a smaller size, the 12-inch versus this large 24-inch. So I guess that's just something that comes to mind. It doesn't have the rotary blade, although it's compatible with 7 other tools. The rotary blade is not one of them.
Yeah, as I understand it, this will cut anything that the Explore line will cut, but not some of the extra things that the Maker does. Okay, so having said all those things, overall, do you think the Cricut Venture is worth it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's worth it. There's a lot of value for the dollar. You basically have a commercial scale cutting machine that's precise, accurate, and durable at home.
It looks good. It
Yes.
doesn't take up too much space.
Easy to use. I think definitely it's worth the price and a great add to our already existing
Craft arsenal.
Yeah.
Over the coming months, we'll be sharing all sorts of projects with these different materials, things that you can make for your family, a large number of gifts that you can make for the holidays, think craft fairs, bazaars, or ways to support your small business. So be sure to subscribe and stay in touch to see all those projects.
And as the wall says, aim higher, dream bigger. Happy crafting, everybody.
Nailed it. Go. You're too slow. What are you doing?